Ciao amici, it's Lynan Saperstein from thebigfactor.com, coming to you live again from Monopoly, Italia, where I'm working with a VIP client for the next few months, and I'm bringing you the third video of the Trailblazing Entrepreneur series, where you're going to get a little taste of some of the amazingness we're going to be experiencing in Costa Rica in September. But today we're really digging into something that's extremely important for an entrepreneur, especially a trailblazing entrepreneur who aims and who feels a longing to change the world and knows that the work that they do, the programs and the products that they create will transform the way people live for the rest of the eternity of the planet. Today we're going to talk about being an influencer. And being an influencer is such an impactful word. Some of the research I've done with trailblazing entrepreneurs, they love this word and they know the power that they have, the capacity they have to affect change and to affect the actions and the behaviors and the opinions of other people around them. And influencing has really come out huge in the marketing and business world in the past 20 years, and they call it influencing marketing, and they've studied it, and there's a lot of amazing details, and I'm going to be writing some awesome blog posts about it and sharing it with you guys so you can know more about it. But I really want to emphasize with you when you're really digging into your natural influencer and cultivating it and really bringing it out in your business and helping you to trailblaze further in your business, really think of the power that you have as an influencer, because everything you do is influencing someone else. So some of my mentors talk about it. We say you talk your walk, which is the opposite of what most people talk about. They say walk your talk. But really you're talking about how you're living, talking about how you live your life and you walk and how you conduct business. It sets an example not only to your clients and customers, but to your fellow business owners. And you become this very compelling force that drives the direction of business in general, and I really, that power, I really want you guys to focus in on that and know how powerful you are. When we talk about the word influence, we're talking about persuasion and swaying and really impressing ideas on people and getting them to feel affected and for this to impact them. And I really want you to see and know and pay attention and be very aware of where your power is directed, because you, by saying one thing or talking about a product or making one comment, can influence, incite, ignite different things in people, emotions, directions, wherever they're headed. So really pay attention and be aware of your power. Really understand you can excite people, you can bring joy, and you really can rouse that interest inside of them in a topic. And so if there's something you're passionate about or something that's bothering you and you really want to direct the attention in a new way, remember that this power of influence can do that, and it does do that all the time. When you are an influencer, you are a key individual. An individual that, and if you think of social media networks, you have thousands of little web connections out, and some are stronger than others, so some you're going to pull very, very easily, but some you're just connected to very thinly, so subtle influence can be very powerful as well. And when we talk about mass influence, not only in social media, but on networks like LinkedIn or people you've worked with, people you have direct business influence with, one thing you do can affect their activities and their actions and their words and things that they create in the future, and also things that they buy. So this is when we go into influence marketing. It affects the consumer behavior. It affects how they buy, what they buy, why they buy. What speaks to them, what's most important to them. Another piece that I really want to talk about within influencing is advocacy. So when you are an influencer, you are advocating on behalf of something, and sometimes we use the word endorse, so when we talk about celebrities, but you as an entrepreneur are becoming a celebrity of sorts. you have that influence to endorse. But I like to use the word advocate because I come from an advocacy background. But you really, if you believe in something, if you think it is essential, if it is important, it will change someone's business or change someone's life with your product or service, you really are putting yourself behind it and saying, I support this. With my whole being, I really think this should be a part of your life, or this should be a part of your business. And remember the power that lays in an advocate. You know, someone who is saying this is for the betterment of you, this is for the betterment of your life, your family, your business, your career, whatever it is that you're offering. So there's some main words within influencer that I'm going to dig into probably at a later date, but I just want to mention them now here. And this comes from the influencer marketing research. So there's 4 words that they classify, and some people fit into all 4, and some people they fit into more one. But look at one that's more your strength and something you want to focus in on and you want to put a little bit more attention to. So the first one is impact. So an impact influence marketer is someone who is looked up to, so typically someone who other people have placed on some sort of pedestal and they're trusted by. So somehow they've built that know, like, and trust factor very deep rooted, and so they have impact when they influence and they recommend something, they endorse something, they advocate. The other piece is trendsetters, and this is a hot word right now in the business world, but these are people who are early adopters or early leavers of a product or a service. So if you think of the people who first started using Facebook or first start using a new social media tool or program or product or service, these people are trendsetters. They are the ones that people look to for what's hot and what's not. The next one is an active mind. An active mind is a little more complicated one, but basically to generalize it is, it's an active mind influencer is someone who is an expert in multiple areas. They have many interests, and so people look to them for not just one specific topic, but many, many, many topics, and so they're a continued resource. And I know a lot of you out there, the trailblazing entrepreneurs are active minds. They've got lots of different types of interests that are influencing their business as it grows, and so people are looking to you to influence multiple types of decisions, whether it's consumer-based or personal-based, when they're going out there. And the last one is connected. So how connected are you as an influencer? And this is for people who have really large social networks, not only virtually but in person. You know, this is why in-person networking is so powerful, because you can influence how people buy, what they buy, the education piece, like what they know about a marketplace. So when you're out there at a networking meeting and you're telling them about what you do, you're actually helping everyone in your genre, in your area of expertise, educate the future, and so they know what you do and how you do it, and so they go, oh, do I need that? Maybe I need that. Maybe that's essential. Or maybe if they don't need it at that moment, they'll need it in the future. And then we talked a little bit about that, being an activist and really getting involved in communities and movements and causes and impact. And so that's like sort of a 5th dimension of influencers, sort of the do-gooders. And I know a lot of trailblazing entrepreneurs are activists, but this is sort of an unacknowledged, often not profit-driven influencing market, but it really helps people to see where to put their energy for good. And when they have extra to share or they want to give back, they look to influencers to, you know, who's reliable and where is a good place for me to share my positive, good vibes and potentially my good fortune. So that was us digging into the influencer within a trailblazing entrepreneur. This is probably one of my favorite, and I could probably talk about it for hours and hours and hours, and I'll definitely write blog posts in the future. But if you have any questions or comments, please comment them below or send me an email, and definitely visit us at thebigfactor.com, where you can get your free consistent cash flow guidebook. I would love to give you that for free, and I will talk to you guys very soon. This was only week 3. We've got 11 weeks left of this 12-week series of being a trailblazing entrepreneur. And if you haven't checked out the website yet for the retreat, trailblazersretreat.com, we probably have a few spots left, I think maybe 1 or 2. We'd love you to join us on September 7th in Costa Rica. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to give you a big hug, and I'd love you to learn some of this stuff in person with me. Have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.